guys, today we are going to a track day, but not the typical track day you see on this channel. Normally we're sliding around in 240s, and today we are going to be driving on a track and trying to keep traction in the brand new GT350. We're going to a road course called PBIR. I actually thought that this place was in Palm Bay, so I thought it was pretty close. And then I found out it's in Palm Beach. So we have about a 2.5 hour drive out there. And I'm really excited because to me, one, it's really important to push a car to its limits, in my opinion, in a safe area so you know how it reacts. So if it ever gets out of control and you kind of can understand the car a little bit better. And on top of that too, this is gonna be kind of like my ultimatum for whether I wanna keep the GT350 for me or rent it out and view it more as a business tool than a personal vehicle. So let's go. We made it to PBIR. Initial impressions, holy chill compared to drift events. I think we pulled into the pit area and there's maybe 5 or 6 cars, including, you know, just a Ferrari chilling. So it seems like we came at a good time. I have some friends coming that are actually instructors at the track that are gonna help out. I think they're the ones that were able to get us in because we're like kind of their guests. So I'm gonna get everything set up, kind of program the lap timer and stuff, and it should be a good time.
I'm Hamilton Harris. I'm with the Wire Wheel Classic Sports Cars. We buy and sell sports cars and race cars. And I'm here with my brother. We race mainly Lotuses and a lot of different cars. And I'm going to be helping out Adam here at the track today.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
So I'm their guest. It's very expensive to have a membership at a track like this, so I'm very thankful that you guys let us come out. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like Nicole's gonna be able to ride with us. All right, let me get adjusted. It's kind of weird with a helmet on in here. Mirrors are good. The seating's really weird in this car. I can never get comfortable. I'm just gonna take it easy, try to get an idea of the track before I start.
Have
fun. Thank you.
As you go out here, stay to the left. Stay to the left and look.
Oh, it's gonna be hard to hear you.
Watch for cars coming already on track.
All right, are we good?
Yeah, just come out here. You're always going to want to stay to the left here.
Yeah. Now, where do I let him pass?
Now let the car drift to the outside. Let the car drift to the outside.
Now I can follow his line.
Stop.
Yeah, it's so hard to hear you. I should have brought the little motorcycle things.
I was thinking about bringing those, but
I didn't think it'd be so hard to hear. I can smell the brakes.
yeah.
Which way?
Overall, it's really good because you already have experience and stuff. So you're really good, better than most people. But a few things is whenever the corner where you got sideways,
yeah,
you want to unwind the wheel a little bit more on the exit and use more of the road. Let the car come all the way out. And as you're doing that, then you roll on the power. If you give it too much power and keep the wheel tight, it's going to want to go sideways and you lose time and all that because you have to correct it. So you want to unwind the wheel and roll on the power and use the whole road there.
Okay.
And I think you're okay in third gear for most of these corners.
Okay, so just leave it in third?
Just roll more speed.
Yeah, I think adding second into the mix is just overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
I think it's more important for me to learn the lines. It was the same thing when we were driving the Miata on the track.
All right, Adam, I'll make you a deal.
What's up?
I know you've been wanting me to get rid of the Miata. So I think
want a Lotus?
A good car
They're way too expensive.
to replace Mia is this beautiful red Lotus.
It doesn't have pop-ups. You crash and it's like, I thought they were like really, really unsafe.
You think the Lotus looks like my type of car?
It's definitely your type of car.
Heck
It looks
yeah.
like you.
It just seems like a headache.
Like the video if you want me to get a Lotus. It's so cute though. I love it. I love it. Toyota engine, Toyota transmission, super cute and super red and super small. My type of car.
Better. Should I keep going through?
Make sure you get the front straight right. Get the exit right.
Yeah! I will just cool it down now. I'll take it easy.
Whoa, is Tanner Fox grip driving his car? Oh wait, I mean, is TJ Hunt grip driving his, no. Is Roman Atwood grip driving his car? Nah.
So these guys got not one, but two of these sweet Subarus. You want to talk a little bit about it?
This one's a 2007. It originally raced in Japan in a series that was meant to be a fairly stock class. So it has some upgrades. The engine's pretty much stock. Some carbon fiber bodywork.
You guys buy and sell race cars, right?
Yes, we buy and sell race cars. A lot of Lotuses. This car is from Japan, so it's right-hand drive.
I just think
Not as JDM as the kids.
I just think it'd be so cool to drive this thing around town.
Yeah.
Next daily, Nicole? So you said it had air jacks, so
Yeah, air
that's
jacks.
these things right here. How do they work?
So the air jacks, there's 4 of them mounted in the car, as you see there.
Where do you hook up to them?
When the car comes in for a pit stop or something, you hook up the air here, and the car pops up. All 4 wheels come out off the ground, so you can change the wheels and work on the car without jacks or anything.
It's the coolest thing ever. I'm used to like hamburgers and hot dogs at drift events, and here we get like a 5-course meal.
No, they got fish.
Just to kind of explain, this track day isn't me wanting to get into another hobby because I obviously have so much time consumed with drifting. It's more or less I just want to really understand the limits of the GT350. I think it makes you a much safer driver on the road, kind of knowing how the car reacts in corners, under acceleration, what happens when it starts to lose traction. So it makes me feel much more confident in the car. And on top of that, it is fun, it's different. I thought it'd be cool for a video since I'm always doing drifting and stuff, and it is really fun pushing the limits and kind of seeing what kind of time I can set with the car. It's funny because we're here with like a driving club. It's kind of like the golf club of automotive sports. So I can definitely see me as an old guy being more into this and having fancy dinners and driving race cars. Like there's people who are like Ferraris and R8s and NASCAR. Hey Nicole, I see you.
Oh, I know, and the color's
I
so
see you.
pretty.
You like that blue?
Yeah.
You know Caleb Quambeck painted his car the same color as M2 Blue? bought that stupid box thing that's giant and prehistoric so we could do 0 to 60 tests and so I could have a lap timer. And I just realized this car has a lap timer built in and a 0 to 60 timer. What? Well, I guess at least we can test in the 240s that don't have lap timers, but what is that? It's got a whole track app menu. It has a line lock setting. What is that?
What is that?
Gosh. We made it back home in one piece, and I have to say 5 hours on the road plus all the track time is a lot of driving. Look at all this brake dust. I've never seen so much on a wheel. It almost makes the wheels look kind of like brown, and then you just wipe it right off. Sure, you could use a good cleaning. Kind of bringing everything together, I'm incredibly happy at my time with the car. I really wanted to, I didn't really have a time because I didn't know it was good, but I wanted to set a good time on the track and really get comfortable with the car, and I think I got comfortable with the car. I said about 127 something, I don't remember exactly. The record with a street car is actually 124 on that track, to give you a frame of reference, and that's with the Mercedes AMG GTR that makes like 700 horsepower, so I think she did phenomenally in my opinion. A few things that could definitely be added or modified that I think would make the car handle even better. Possibly a little bit lower center of gravity. I'm thinking about getting the 350R springs that lower at about 20 millimeters but let you keep the stock super sick magnetic suspension. I'm sure some upgraded pads will help, but the brakes were really outstanding on the car. Look at all those bugs. Side note, Matt, don't cringe too much. Another big thing that I could definitely do that would improve the times would be to drop it down in a second gear, especially right after the long straight. I would bang it down into fourth, then third, and I could probably go down to second. It's just very difficult coming out of that corner in second because the car wants to get tail happy because it has so much power. So that's just more on me needing to modulate the throttle more. But it was a lot of fun getting to learn stuff about the car. Overall, coming from someone who has very, very little track experience, just whipping around a Miata a couple times, I think it's crazy that I was able to hop in this car and after like 3 or 4 laps, start setting decent times, really understanding how it handles and everything very, very quickly. It's definitely an easy car to drive. And it was fun. I really enjoyed it, especially all the power going down those straights. But it does still feel like it's missing something as compared to the Porsches that I've driven and my BMW. It feels heavy, and I say that in a way that it still feels amazing. I've never driven a car this heavy that handles well, but you can't really hide weight. It weighs like 1,000 more pounds than the other cars that I compare it to. But I love it, and I don't think this rental thing is gonna last long because I just want to keep it for myself. Now the question is, should this become my daily instead of the BMW, and the BMW become more of like a super highway pull car? But then again, I want this to be like a track car because it was so much fun. I don't know. Give me comments, thoughts in the description, and stuff that I could do in the future that would make the video more interesting, because I'm sure I'll wind up going to Sebring and Daytona at some point in the future. But who knows? I had a blast. And of course, we need to extend a massive, massive thank you to Hamilton and Hunter for having us to the track and letting us be their guests and getting to experience it. I wish Nicole was able to ride with me. Maybe next time, now that they can see I can handle a car. It's a track rule, not their rule. They actually have a company that sells classic sports cars and race cars called Wire Wheel. I'll put a link in the description. They sell a lot of cool stuff, including that sweet Subaru. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Can't tell you what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a good one. If you stayed watching till the outro, I can tell you some very sad news. As I was watching, playing back the footage, I realized that the 127 lap didn't actually happen, and it was just when I went out to go take the windshield wiper off that broke when it hit the GoPro. I guess it thought I did a lap, so my best lap was more like 132 something, I believe. That just means more room to improve.